For the Democratic presidential candidate George McGovern, the Pennsylvania crowds were mostly friendly today, but one fellow was not, and he got shoved around by Secret Service agents. Mr. Kissinger now in Cambodia after more talks with President Xi in Saigon. I'm Paul Moyer. The KNBC News Service is just around the...
TWA is the only airline that gives you a comfortable coach lounge on nearly every flight across the United States. This is TWA's small, intimate 707 coach lounge. This is TWA's big, comfortable 747 coach lounge. We're the only airline that offers you both. Next time you're flying across the United States, take a TWA ambassador flight, coach or first class. It's the most comfortable fleet of planes in the world. TWA's ambassador service to New York and the East.
The re-election of the president arrived in Los Angeles today. First stop was at Nixon campaign headquarters on Wilshire for coffee and donuts. The group of women have stopped at more than 200 Nixon headquarters throughout the state, distributing campaign literature and shaking hands with volunteer workers. Joining the final miles of the 3,000-mile bus tour was Mrs. Lenore Romney of Michigan. She had a few words to say about the presidential election.
The government that I know in Washington is a government that represents all of the people. And it is a government whose first, second, third, and fourth priority is for peace.
While Mrs. Romney talked with GOP women, the Democrats were working at the Hilton Hotel not far away. There, New York Mayor John Lindsay and Lawrence O'Brien, national campaign chairman for the McGovern-Shriver ticket, talked with newsmen. O'Brien discussed President Nixon's financial dealings and said he feels the truth is being kept from the public.
Every element of this administration that could be brought into play has been brought into play to block, as you know, the record, block the facts, avoid any exposure, at least until after the election.
And so the campaigning went on throughout the day by both parties. And though they were never very far apart from each other by location, they were widely separated by politics. Morgan Williams, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
California's Secretary of State Edmund Brown Jr. announced today that 7 candidates for the state legislature have failed to file the required campaign contribution statement and now could face legal prosecution.
With Concepcion at second and on a single and a steal, and Rose at first on an intentional walk. There's Concepcion. There's Rose. It's Joe Morgan at the plate, and he pushes a Dave Hamilton pitch over into left field. Now that scores Concepcion, and Rose takes third the hard way, head first. And when that throw went to third, well, Joe Morgan went to second, and Horland stood up in the bullpen for the A's. Bobby Tolan at the plate. He sent Hamilton to the showers, the ball to right, and Rose and Morgan home, all with that one swipe of the bat. The coup de grace was then delivered by Cesar Geronimo. Following 2 walks and a wild pitch, Geronimo singled, scoring Tolan. Johnny benches well for the 4th and 5th runs of the inning. It was 8-1 and fini. The question is now, are the A's fini as well? We'll know that tomorrow. The Reds go with Jack Billingham, and the A's counter with Blue Moon Odom. In college football, the #1 Trojans rolled on. Without Sonny Sixkiller, the Washington offense couldn't hope to keep up with the USC attack, but about 60,000 watched a good Husky defense hold USC scoreless at least through the first 14.5 minutes. At that point, with his legs wrapped up, watch this, Mike Ray passes into the corner to a diving J.K. McKay. Next play, well, it's Cunningham up and over for the TD and almost all that the Trojans would need. But they were, of course, to get a lot more. Early in the second quarter, Anthony Davis broke down the far sideline with a tightrope act that went 44 yards for another touchdown. USC added a field goal before intermission for a 17-0 halftime lead. Just over 2 minutes gone in the third quarter, and it's Davis for 14 more and a 27-0 lead and a bit of a dance act in the corner. The scoring ended for the Trojans late in the period as Sam Cunningham went up and over again from the 1 for a 34-0 final. This was an apparent TD in the second. However, despite its aesthetic charm, it didn't count on the books as the Trojan was caught holding. It was Ray to Garrison for 63 yards, but it was only good for extra.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Harbor officials are still trying to get rid of a king-size headache off Point Furman. We'll be back with that story and more news as Eyewitness News continues.
I said to the man, give me the stuffed peppers. He says, you're making a big mistake. I says, but I love stuffed peppers. He says, you're making a big mistake. I said, listen, I know what I want, and I want the stuffed peppers. I made a big mistake. Took some Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer starts to work as you drink it to settle your upset stomach. For your upset stomach and headache, take Alka-Seltzer.
Don't make a big mistake. Take Alka-Seltzer.
Did you collect dolls when you were Jennifer's age?
Oh, yes. I collected dolls wearing costumes from different countries, like England and Spain.
Mm-hmm. Well, I filled up at the Arco station today.
Oh?
And they have a Dolls of the World opera.
Really?
Honey, more milk?
Please.
12 Dolls of the World, $1, 99 cents with a minimum 8-gallon purchase at the many participating Arco dealers.
Thank you, Daddy.
Sir, that brought out all the Too Young to Vote crowd. Even the teeny boppers went wild when the elder statesman, Frank Sinatra, sang his way out of retirement with an old favorite, restyled as a lullaby to Agnew.
I don't make friends, not as easily as most. But when I make one, I'm happy to boast. For Mr. Agnew, I'd go coast to coast. Because the gentleman is a champ.
No one swooned, but one Agnew aide remarked, perhaps in jest, they may all be too young to vote, but we could use them in 1980. Bill Gill, ABC News, with the Agnew campaign in Chicago.
More news in a moment.
Jockey Norman Kerr is about to shave, but before he does, he's got a hard workout to ride. He's off. What's he trying to prove? That Rapid Shave's extra wet lather will stay moist until he shaves it off. Can he still get a moist, comfortable shave? How's the shave, Norm?
Real moist and real comfort.
Rapid Shave. You never had a wetter shave.
This is a totally different kind of razor blade. It makes shaving easy. Now, I wouldn't dare do this with an ordinary blade, but Wilkinson has reinvented the razor blade, the bonded blade, bonded permanently at the precise shaving angle and exposure. But don't do it this way. Use the handle that comes with it. It's even easier. Safer, too. The Wilkinson Bonded Shaving System. It makes shaving easy.
The World Series is going all the way to 7 games. Cincinnati's Big Red Machine evened it up at 3-3 today by defeating the Oakland Athletics 8-1. And tomorrow will decide the championship. ABC's Dwayne Dow narrates highlights from today's game.
Vida Blue, in a starting role for the Oakland Athletics, pitches to Johnny Bench in the 4th inning. Bench connects and gives it a mighty ride into the upper deck, his first homer and first run batted in the World Series. Oakland battles back in the 5th inning against Gary Nolan. Dick Green rips one, and it goes up against the right field wall, sending Sal Bando across home plate, tying the game at 1-1. But by the 6th inning, the Reds are back to a 1-run lead. Bobby Tolan off for third. Base hit for Tony Perez. Off relief pitcher Bob Locker. Tolan scores, giving Cincy a 3-1 lead as the Reds' bats finally are alive. In the 7th inning, with 2 men on, Joe Morgan drives a hit off Oakland's third pitcher, Dave Hamilton. Dave Concepcion comes around to score, and Pete Rose goes head first into third. 52,000 Reds fans sensing the kill. Bobby Tolan singles. Rose comes in to score, followed by Morgan. The Reds rout the Athletics 8-1. Tomorrow, Game 7, winner take all. Dwayne Dow, ABC News.
That's the world in national news. I'm Sam Donaldson. Good night.
The ABC Weekend News with Sam Donaldson has been brought to you by Wilkinson, makers of the bonded shaving system. It makes shaving easy. The guest on ABC's Issues and Answers Sunday will be Democratic presidential candidate George McGovern. Check your local listings for time of broadcast. Monday through Friday, watch the ABC Evening News with Howard K. Smith and Harry Reisner. This has been a presentation of ABC News. Willie Gillis faces a manslaughter charge after shooting a prowler in self-defense and then discovers that the man was unarmed on the Rookies Monday. Also Monday night, catch the action as the Vikings clash with the Chicago Bears on NFL Monday Night Football here on ABC.
You don't have to face a crisis alone. Call the helpline at 620-0144 for guidance in personal, marital, drug, or family problems. That's the helpline at 620-0144.
Up to John Blue Oldham now, the right-hander, and Jack Billingham, also a right-hander. They hooked up in a brilliant pitching duel out in Oakland Wednesday night, with Billingham winning that game 1-0. And these two men will be backed by the entire pitching staff of both teams. And I guess the strategy today, the A's have made a change. They have moved their catcher, Gene Tennis, to first base. They have put Dave Duncan behind the plate. Two reasons: get more stock into the lineup, and also to stop the Reds from running, which Sparky Anderson says they're going to do today.
Well, Kurt, the Reds have made a change today. It might not seem that significant. Dave Concepcion is the shortstop. He and Darrell Chaney have been platooning all season long. But this is the first time Concepcion has started in a couple of months against a right-hander. I went to Sparky before the game. I said, why? He said, we're going to try and run him ragged. So you can look for Morgan to go, of course, every time he gets on. Tolan, maybe Rose, perhaps Geronimo, and definitely Concepcion. And, of course, they'll be working against a man they haven't seen in this series behind the plate yet, Dave Duncan, as Gene Tennis goes to first base. On the A's side, as far as the pitching is concerned, they hope they can get 7 innings at least out of Odom, then go to the ace of the bullpen, and he is rested for the first time in the series. He worked in the first 5 games, but he got yesterday off. That's Raleigh Fingers. But if they need help early, I think we can look for either Catfish Hunter or Kent Holtzman. So it boils down to Game 7, World Series. It's all on the line today. Kurt, Jack Billingham for the Reds, Blue Moon Odom.
And I think the best way to really go into Game 7 is to hear what the two managers think about this game. Let's go down to Tony Kubek.
Endurance racing, where men eat grime and dust for long, thirsty hours. This is where the Dust Cutter drink was born. Ace driver Luigi Canetti knows. 1 tall glass of Schweppes tonic water, a capful of Rose's lime juice. Just that, no more. Cuts dust, tastes great, has you going again. Schweppes and Roses, the Dust Cutter. For anybody, any thirst, any time. The Dust Cutter.
Now, off and running, the only thoroughbred racing in Southern California, the Oak Tree Meeting at spectacular Santa Anita.
KNBC, Los Angeles.
The following NBC sports program is brought to you in living color.
From Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium, the 7th game of the 1972 World Series, Cincinnati against Oakland, as NBC Sports, a service of NBC News, presents World Series Report. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Garagiola here on the infield at Riverfront Stadium. And I got my trademark. It seems like almost every day I've had this. We are having some rain here in Cincinnati, but keep in mind this is the synthetic turf. They have a big machine that dries it off, and they really don't anticipate that big a problem as far as the game. We will have baseball. It will be Jack Billingham for Cincinnati, and the pitcher for the Oakland A's will be Blue Moon Odom. But yesterday's game was the big topic of conversation, and everybody was talking about how Cincinnati finally exploded. This is the way they got into the World Series, and this is the way they did it. And finally yesterday they exploded. Great hitting, great running, stealing bases, Head first slides, as you see Pete Rose right here, a half gainer in the third. Joe Morgan. It was an explosion in that seventh inning that broke it wide open. And of course, the Cincinnati club feels that they have the momentum. They are really up. The Oakland club, it was just another game, and today's a brand new day. And I think that the frustration of the Oakland club showed up better with this particular shot. Gene Tennis, the catcher, as he puts his hat on wearily and says, when's it going to end? Well, it ended, and today is a brand new day. 7th game of the World Series. Pressure also affects the wives of the players, and we're going to talk to 5 beautiful ladies right after we listen to this message.
If the world made only one kind of sound, Scotch would make only one kind of tape.
He's got the whole world.
But every sound in this world is different. So Scotch makes a lot of different tapes. Whether you're recording something for kicks or for keeps, you can't buy better tapes than Scotch. They're the overwhelming choice of professional recording studios. Why not make them yours?
Much heartburn, common indigestion, stuffiness are often caused by gas bubbles trapped in your stomach as simulated here. Plain antacids alone can't dissolve bubbles. Digel can. Digel combines antacids plus simethicone, unique anti-gas ingredient recommended by many doctors. Digel breaks up, dissolves bubbles away, heartburn, pressure go fast. Digel relieves both excess acid and gas. For more complete relief, take Digel.
This is part of the crowd that saw that exciting game of yesterday. And now I'd like you to see this very special lady, the front side of this special lady. She's the wife of a baseball player, and her name, Mrs. Pete Rose. And she's with me this morning, and I say good morning to you, Mrs. Rose.
Good morning, Joe.
And Mrs. Perez is with me this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mrs. Jack Billingham. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mrs. Tom Hall. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Mrs. Dennis Menke.
Good morning.
So there they are. Now we're going to find out about pressure as far as the wives are concerned. So first, let me begin with you, Carolyn Rose. Has the routine at your house changed for this big 7th game?
No, I don't think so, Joe. He went to bed early as usual. So it's no different. And he's just excited, I think.
Mrs. Perez?
Everything is the same except that I wasn't asleep last night.
You didn't sleep?
No.
You're very nervous?
I am.
How about your husband?
Oh, no, he do. It's the same.
He's cool. Mrs. Billingham, how about you in your house?
No, nothing changed. We had a few relatives around, but we still got to bed on time. I never thought I'd sleep, but we did, thank goodness.
Your husband is the pitcher. Is he a little extra nervous, or was he?
I think so. He doesn't talk a whole lot before the game. Just.
How about you, Mrs. Hall? Anything different at your house?
Well, it was pretty routine last night, but this morning we were both very quiet. And I think it was because of the big game.
Mrs. Menke, has it changed at your house for this big 7th game?
The routine was the same as any normal day game, except there's more excitement, more tenseness in the air, let's say.
Well, the thing I always wonder about is superstition. Are you superstitious? Let me begin with you, Mrs. Menke. Are you superstitious? And if you are, what do you do?
Well, I keep telling myself I am not superstitious, but I am wearing the exact same outfit I wore yesterday. And my good luck charm is my bracelet, the baseball bracelet.
Mrs. Hall?
Well, I try to wear something red. I don't claim to be superstitious, but today I have my husband's ring with his number on it. I'm wearing it.
Mrs. Billingham?
This pennant is very sad looking, and it's come through the last 2 games, and it's going to bring us through today. Same outfit for 3 days, too.
Do you always wear the same outfit when he pitches?
No. I don't think there are any superstitions, particularly the day other than this. This week, this last 2 weeks, and then there's been a lot of them.
Mrs. Perez, are you superstitious?
Yes, I am.
What do you do?
I wear these clothes when we won with Pittsburgh the last game, so I am here again with this one.
How about you, Carolyn?
Well, yeah, I guess you have to say, just lately, though, I've got my T-shirt on today again, Joe.
Show it.
And I guess I'll keep it on the first of the game next year, too. And if I have to, I'll keep it on the rest of the...
What did you say, Miss Perez?
She shows
She should show it?
side to everybody, so go ahead. Come on, that is a good luck for us today.
But I washed it last night, Joe, because I didn't want the people to get out of their seats.
Yes.
That's it. That's going to bring it back.
We'll be right back after this message.
The data explosion. If you're in business, you're part of it. To keep ahead of it, the Bell system has discovered a way that piggybacks this data on existing telephone systems. The benefit? Within a few years, digital data transmission to over 100 major cities. The Bell system has the network that will make it happen.